Hello everyone. There's a small update regarding Chris Watts' home. Denver 7 released on November 24th that the home sits in legal limbo. Now, the last video I did on the foreclosure of the house, I will attach to the end of this video in case you guys missed that. That was done back in June. Now, in their article, it states, driving by, it looks like the all-American home, 2 stories, 5 bedrooms, and more than 4,000 square feet in the cookie-cutter suburbs of northern Colorado. But when buyers realize what happened inside, everything changes. And a Denver-based bankruptcy attorney, Clark Dre, has said that there's no mystery about what happened there. The neighborhood knows what happened there, and potential buyers know what happened there. One of the neighbors in the area says that it's a beautiful home. I would just hate to see them take it down. And it states that neighbors were scared by what happened, and no one that Denver 7 spoke to wanted to use their name in this story. They all said that they don't want to bring any more attention to themselves or the neighborhood. And one of them said, for the neighborhood, it's just kind of difficult. And she also noted that after the recent Netflix documentary, it has spurred new interest in the home, but not the kind that anyone in the neighborhood wants. She said, literally hundreds of cars have come by. They're curious. They've been coming from out of state, and they've seen so much activity there that the neighbors have been putting up no trespassing signs out front of the Watts house and are urging people not to leave any more memorials on the front porch. She said, I totally understand everyone's interest in the home. I just would ask that people be respectful because you are coming into the neighborhood of, other people that live here. And also that cars are speeding in and out of the neighborhood often to see the home. And she worries about the safety of children playing and that people come late at night. Now, they've also noted in the article, the home that many see as unsellable is deteriorating. Currently, the grass outside the Watts house is dead, and vacancy notes are plastered to the door. Around the back, memories of the family home are frozen in time. The girls' swing set blows in the wind, and stuffed animals lie on the grass. The neighbor said that there's a fascination with it, and the attorney said it would be a great home for a traditional family, and said that it's very difficult for a buyer to overcome the stigma associated with the home. And he stated at this point in time, there's no financial incentive to anyone involved to pursue this home. And like I'll mention at the end of this video and the other video that I had made previously, they also state in this article that the lender that owns the mortgage foreclosed on it and put up the house for auction, but nobody wanted it, so Weld County took it out of foreclosure, and I'll explain that process later. The attorney said it's a strategic decision that the bank has made. This doesn't have to be our problem. We're okay not getting paid on this property for foreseeable future. Now, in 2013, they bought the home for $399,954, and it's now valued at close to $600,000. And real estate appraiser Oral Anderson said that the price is way off base. He said, it's way too high, as if this never occurred. I think that the property has been mismanaged. He said for the home to sell, it needs to be heavily discounted. He believes that they should cut the price by at least 40%. He said, you see a pattern that tells you that there are children involved in the murder, the discounts go higher. And on top of that, he said the seller needs to make the house look different. He suggests repainting it, changing the address, or adding new plants. Anything to wipe away the memories. Memories, he said, are kept alive through photographs and videos of the home in the media. And that's been exacerbated because it's been vacant for so long. It also mentions that several creditors have also placed liens on the home. The largest is from Shanann's parents when they placed the $6 million lien on the house after they won the wrongful death suit against Chris Watts. And the attorney said that that would make it very difficult to sell the home at a reasonable price. He said for a sale to make sense, a potential buyer would have to make a deal with the lien holders and have enough money to cover the original mortgage. Now, one neighbor that came out, and she says her name is Michelle Pate, and she lives close by to the Frederick home, and she said she would like to see the house torn down. Who would want to start their life in that house? So I don't understand why they haven't just knocked it down and maybe make a little park out of it or something. And I know I've mentioned, and a lot of you have commented, that they definitely should do that in this scenario. Next door neighbors said that they were hoping for new energy and a new beginning for the home with the story that shocked the world. Once enough time has gone by, I think probably another family will move in. My personal opinion on that would be, I highly doubt that. If they're okay with not being paid for this house and the property, then they should just spend some extra money just to knock it down, wipe out those horrible memories. If no one bought it within 2 years on being auctioned, I don't think anybody will ever purchase it. So I think it would just be best if they just cut their losses, invest a little bit, knock it down. Eventually, maybe they can build another house on that property. I know some people have said because of that community that they wouldn't allow a park to go in its place, but I think that would have to be up with the homeowners association to deal with that. But that would be a really cool idea, I think, for the neighborhood kids to just flock to, have fun, and play in their own neighborhood. I have an update on the Chris Watts house. Now, I was watching around this June 3rd, since that's when the current sale date was, and it has not changed since June 3rd. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? They haven't moved it back like they've been doing the past year and a half now. And that's because there is a withdrawal now on the property. Now, I did send an email to the attorney's office who has been handling this foreclosure, but I highly doubt they're going to get back to me regarding this property. So the withdrawal was on May 15th. And then here's the withdrawal invoice with all the court fees. And then also on the property records, it does still have Chris and Shanann as the property owners. And as you can see there at the top on June 23rd, that's today. So even though this withdrawal could mean that the house did sell, and maybe the new deed just hasn't been recorded yet, or maybe they're withdrawing it for some other reason. I used to work for a title company, so I know how all these documents work, and my mom is also a realtor, so we've been trying to figure this out. Now, this other document is an administrative withdrawal of notice of election and demand for sale by the public trustee. Now here it says the notice of election and demand in Colorado, a document indicating that a lender is a beneficiary of a deed of trust encumbering a parcel of real property, is stipulating that the borrower is in default on the underlying obligation and requesting that the public trustee commence foreclosure proceedings to satisfy the debt. The document is submitted to the public trustees and recorded and marks the beginning of the foreclosure process. So then it says, to whom it may concern, this notice is given with regard to the certain notice of election and demand described as the Will County of recording date, notice of election and demand, and see where they started processing this on December 18, 2018, which was about a month after Chris Watts was sentenced. And then it says, wherein a sale was demanded under that certain deed of trust described as Christopher Watts and J.P. Morgan Chase, who is the current holder of evidence of debt. And the deed of trust was recorded on 4/29/2013. And then at the bottom it says, whereas no sale has occurred and a withdrawal has not been filed within 45 calendar days of the last date of sale permitted by law. And then, whereas the public trustee of Will County on 5/26/2020 notified the holder of the evidence of the debt or attorney for the holder by mail or electronic transmission of the public trustee's intention to record an administrative withdrawal of the above-mentioned notice of election and demand. Whereas no response requesting that such withdrawal not be recorded has been received by the public trustee from the holder of the evidence of debt or attorney of the holder within 30 days of the above described notification as required by law. Now therefore, pursuant the above mentioned notice of election of demand for sale by the public trustee is hereby withdrawn. Sorry guys, that was really hard to see. It's so small. Now I also found this, which the meaning of to be withdrawn, administrative withdrawal. It says there are several reasons why a foreclosure case can or must be withdrawn. So either the owners have worked directly with the lender to bring their loan current or arrange a payment plan, which obviously Chris cannot do that since he's the owner. Or it says the sale has not been held within 12 months. And that has been the case with this property. It says the withdrawal can be done by the public trustee with proper notification if the attorney for the lender does not request a withdrawal and the last possible sale deadline has been passed. And once a foreclosure has been withdrawn, if the default remains or occurs again, a new foreclosure action may be started by the lender. So I highly doubt that anybody else had bought this property. They did take it off the auction website quite a long time ago. And plus, there should be a new deed recorded on the property. That means that it would not say Chris and Shanann Watts anymore if someone did purchase the property. Or it's just hit its deadline and it just has to be withdrawn and then possible to start a new foreclosure. So I don't know, I'll have to wait and see, I guess. I'm still waiting on the email back from the attorneys, which I doubt, like I said earlier, is going to happen. So that's all I have for you right now. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Also her Sissy. You can sit with us.
Thank you.
You can sit with us. You can sit with Sissy. In bed. It's Sissy.
Okay.
Oh, I'll sit with her. Don't take her away.
I'm not taking her away.
No! Don't kiss me. Don't be scared. You're so good to be scared. Don't be scared.
Be nice to Cece.
Okay.
Mao tried to escape, but was confronted by another who sought the earth. A demon of earth and fire. Now he was struck from the skies, never to be seen again. And his magical fishhook and the heart of the beast.
Rubbing her back.
Devoured by the bloodthirsty jaws of inescapable death. One day, the heart will be found by someone who will journey beyond our reef, find Maui, deliver him across the great ocean to restore it and save us all.
Oh, thank you, Mother. That's enough. No one goes outside the reef. We are safe here. There is no darkness. There are no monsters.
This is our morning with Shanann Watts. Wake up! Hold on. Say hi, Shanann.
This is how you wake up with Shanann.
Wake up, guys! No. Your turn!
Good boy. Good boy. Is that?
Yes, baby.
What we leave here so fast?
I know, but we'll be back. He got you.